Good morning, class. Now, I just want you guys to just imagine something with me real quick. Let's fast forward a couple of days, and we're on the last day of finals. We're in Professor Fernandez's class, and instead of taking a final, we're gonna go to the beach. I don't know what beach we're going to in Tennessee, but we're going to a beach. Anyways, we're having a grand old time at the beach, having so much fun. One group is playing volleyball while another group is building a sandcastle, and Professor Fernandez is having the time of his life surfing. Cowabunga. Anyways, as we decide to walk further along this beach, I noticed a plastic bottle strewn on the sand. I don't really think much of it. It's probably someone left it, and I decide to kick sand over it and leave it from my mind, hidden from my mind. However, as we start going further along this beach, I can't neglect the problem anymore. 5, 15, 50 bottles all strewn out. Eventually, we all come to a point at the beach where the entire area is just strewn with plastic materials, nets, bottles, plastic bags, all of these things strewn out. Unfortunately, this made-up scenario is not uncommon in many parts around the globe. You see, when I was first doing this research, I was pretty ignorant on the magnitude of this problem. In fact, it didn't really hit me until I saw the effects plastic did to my country of origin, the Philippines. In an article done by the National Geographic on plastics, they highlighted the Pasig River in the Philippines. Now, a little background for you guys. The Pasig River was once considered one of the most beautiful places in the Philippines. Pristine, glowing water that flowed beautifully into the Manila beach. A place of commerce where people could talk and just have a resting and relaxing time on the water. And now it is considered one of the 10 most polluted rivers in the entire world. In fact, during monsoon season, in which there's a lot of heavy storms and rains, more than 72,000 tons of plastics go into the ocean. In fact, by 1990, and unfortunately, by 1990, the Pasig River was considered biologically dead, devoid of life. Now, this is only just one river that flows into the ocean. There are many instances like this where plastic is getting thrown out from our rivers, polluting rivers, and then ending up in our oceans. So with all this plastic in the world, what are some of the effects of it? Well, just to get some numbers on, according to researchers at the University of Hawaii and the Five Gyres Institute in Los Angeles, California, they estimate that more than 5.25 trillion tons of plastic particles are in our ocean, and nearly 270,000 tons of plastic, weighing nearly 270,000 tons. That is a lot of plastic and is posing a great risk to our marine life and ecosystem. For example, things such as plastic nets, plastic bottles, and all of these things come into interaction with the marine life. And consequently enough, these marine animals sometimes think it's food, or they can't see that it's plastic, and they get entangled into it or eat it, and they end up suffocating. Many animals are being affected by this. Take it, for example, this little guy. This little guy was found by my marine biologist off the coast, and they noticed that he had a hard time breathing. Further inspection saw that there was a 5-inch plastic straw up its nose, and he was having a hard time breathing. He could possibly die. So in order to save his life, the marine biologist had to get a metal plier, stick it up the sea turtle's nose, and extract it out while the sea turtle is crying and bleeding in pain. This scene made me very emotional. And with the increased use of plastic ending up in our rivers and oceans, this could be a more and more common theme that can be posted more on YouTube or Worldstar or anywhere else. Now, what are some solutions to this problem, or what can we do in order to help reduce this risk? Reducing the amount of plastic bags bags we use is one solution that we can do. Instead of using plastic bags, we could use recyclable plastic bags, or even we could use biodegradable bags. In fact, jute bags, which are made up of vegetable fiber, are a very friendly to the ecosystem, and once done, can be tossed on a compost heap and be degraded. Additionally, one other solution that we can do is we could reduce the amount of plastic straws we have, so little guys like this are not affected anymore. Honestly, straws are a one-time drink and then a one-time drop off into the trash can. They're really just wasted by a lot of people. And switching to a solution could be switching to paper straws, or even no straws at all. Furthermore, using a thing such as a plastic bottle could be an added benefit to, helping with the solution. Investing into a continuous bottle such as a thermal flask or a hydro flask, while more expensive, could be a way to reduce the amount of plastic bottles that end up in these oceans and rivers and polluting and affecting these areas. If we're able to reduce the amount of plastic strewn up in the land and all these places, we could have the potential to have these rivers and oceans that were once polluted come back to its former glory. Imagine having people in these areas that were once polluted could have the time of their lives, enjoying the sand, enjoying the beach, enjoying the rivers that they once gone on, without a lot of plastic or reduced amount. Imagine the biological life that could thrive because of the reduced amount of plastic, and these numbers can grow because they have no risk of the plastic. Places like the Plastic River could have a second chance, possibly. Now, this is the ideal that we could have if we start making a change and decide to take this plastic pollution seriously. However, the sad downside and the alternate scenario is, if there's no change done to this plastic there's no change done to the plastic that we waste or reduce the amount, then there could be a time in our lives when we're going to have to explain to our kids why we can't go to the beach today because it's too polluted, or we can't go to the river that we once fished on because it's biologically dead, or we would have to explain to our kids what a sea turtle is because they had reduced amounts. All I'm saying is for you guys to just think about that next time you guys see plastic strewn about somewhere or littered, I hope you guys make the right choice and decide to recycle it. Thank you so much.